Holy smokes, guys. Busy is an understatement back here at LS Nasty HQ, home of Nasty Racing. We are back officially in the shop. You guys have probably noticed I've kind of backed it down from the daily uploads for the first time in honestly like 2 or 3 years. We really slowed it down, and I've been doing uploads. And when I say slow it down, I mean slow it down for me. We're doing uploads every other day right now just because I'm so busy. Honestly, I can't keep up with the daily uploads. I know you guys give me some shit. A few of you guys do, where you'll say, hey, I'm sick and tired of the videos you guys just talking. Well, with how busy we are, I'm not allotted a lot of time to be in the shop here working on stuff. So I figured instead of doing just like filler videos, which you guys call filler videos, of me just talking, I'll just go to every other day. And I've been doing that for a week. And I'm going to be doing that through the weekend. And maybe Tuesday-ish, we'll get back into the consistent videos. So that's where we're at. So what has been going on? A lot, actually. We went and we thrashed for about 3 weeks to get the cars ready for JJ's arm drop. This right here, finally getting all the parts we need to put this thing together. As far as engine and drivetrain goes, well, drivetrain's a little questionable. Engine and all the plumbing, good to go. Fuel system, good to go. Wiring, harness is plugged up. All we got to do is run power to ground and wire up the CO2 boost control. Very easy. As you guys know, we've had some issues with the rear end. Got that resolved. So we go over here. I'll show you. I think I've showed you this before. I got these 33 spline Mosier axles, Mosier spool. Something's wrong where the splines on one side of the spool are not correct and have a lot of play back and forth. So I was actually contacted by someone who watches the videos, and they said, hey man, I just got rid of my 35 spline setup and my 8.8 for a new edge. I'll sell it to you for cheap. So I'm actually going to pick that up this weekend. So then we'll be able to put the rear end in that thing, get it done, get it fired up, drive it around, and enjoy the car, take it to the track, and have some fun. Very important that we just get that thing running because it has been a thorn in my side. Absolutely badass setup. The rear end thing really killed me. Then the drive shaft not getting ordered. Well, we placed the order, but for some reason it got delayed at the manufacturer for about 2 to 3 weeks for some odd reason. That really sucks. We weren't able to get that done for JJ's arm drop. So then we go over here to Brown Sugar, which is the old car that I had. You guys are longtime viewers of the channel. You guys will know that I used to own this car maybe two years ago or so. We got it back. We thrashed on this thing. We said, hey, we're going to take this to JJ's arm drop. Redid some of the fuel system that when time allowed. Rewired the car on HOLLEY so it looks a whole lot cleaner. It's still kind of messy back here, but I have to redo this line, this line, this line, this line. I just haven't had time to redo them, so I will clean it up even more. But as far as the wiring harness goes, it's pretty simple. Just got it back from Bissett Performance. Now, I'm going to set the camera down here and just talk for a second. So in the automotive industry, in the racing industry, you deal with a bunch of different shops. I deal with so many and so many different companies, people, shops, because we have so many cars. We have like 15 or 16 race cars. So the average person, if they got like 1 or 2, I'm dealing with 7 times as many shops because we do outsource a lot. So just right now, we got 1 car at HCR Innovations getting wired. We got 2 cars at Bissett Performance. I got 1 car at Hippie Fab getting some headers made. And then, so that's 4 cars I got at different shops right now, let alone the stuff that we're working on here. And I have another car in the other room that I'm waiting on parts for from another company. So I deal with a crazy amount of companies, people, everything. It is hard to get good work. You guys will know that. If you guys talk to any of these big shops, labor is a struggle right now. People just don't want to work, and it's tough. So it's tough to find good shops. I enjoy working with the companies and the shops that I do. I'm repeat customers at the shops that are fair, reasonable, and put out good work. One thing I think is a common misconception about how we operate is people think that I get everything for free, and I don't. I pay just as much as the next guy, sometimes more, to get it done quicker, to like expedite it. That's just how I operate. I feel like time is money, and I can put a dollar figure on getting a car back a month sooner, getting something done, you know, expedited. Now, there are times where I do work with companies and it doesn't work out well, and I don't really like to think that I really don't bash anyone or say anything slanderous, but I do feel like it is my duty, as this is my YouTube channel, to talk you guys through and be transparent. What happened? You know, if I went somewhere and I paid X amount and was promised this and did not get that, and it was shitted out on my end, I will tell the truth, because there's nothing wrong with telling the truth. It's kind of like a buyer beware, you know? If I get ripped off by Joe Schmo buying a car, I'm not going to tell you guys to go buy a car from him. That's just how it is. So I try to keep it fair. I try to keep it real. But one thing is, I never, ever, ever try to badmouth or be slanderous or anything like that. So that leads us here into brown sugar. Took the car to the track. You guys saw it was less than stellar. Transmission was just rebuilt. I'm not sure who rebuilt it, but wasn't acting right at the track. Puked out a bunch of fluid, no high gear, made a bunch of noise in first gear, like cars didn't go anywhere. And then there was another issue with the steering rack, where the rack had like one too many joints at a crazy angle, and it would bind up really bad. Also, the brakes on this thing, the brake pedal's like a rock, and it's very difficult to stop. Extremely unsafe, especially for driving on the street. At the track with a long shutdown, it's manageable. So I called Junior, and Junior actually calls me, because I talk to Junior over at Business Performance pretty much on a daily basis. And he's working on something, I'm working on something. If he needs a part and I got it, if I need a part and he's got it, we're always going back and forth. He's amazing. I tell him, man, I don't know what happened with his transmission. It's just, it's supposed to be fresh. Something's not right with it. And it's just acting up. He's like, dude, just bring me the transmission. Let me look at it, because he does transmission work as well. And he tears it apart, and he finds the pump's all chewed up, and it's got a plug in one of the passages where it's not supposed to have a plug. It's pretty much deadheading the pressure. And you guys know Power Glide is, you got to have it right. You got to have the pressures right, everything jiving right in order to make it work. So it wasn't right. So Junior rebuilds it. We took transmission out. I was like, man, you know what? I was supposed to bring him the car too, but we just ended up taking him the transmission. As I was pulling the transmission out, I got the call, hey, get your guys ready. You're going to Ohio and Wisconsin to do storm work. So now the car's up on the lift. Transmission's going down to Junior. Shout out to Travis, part of Ellis Nasty, hooking it up, ran the transmission down there. And I'm in a timeline to get this thing done, because I need to have it done for today. Travis takes the transmission down there. While he's there, Junior disassembles it and finds the issue. We got to order some parts. Junior's going to rebuild it. I say, awesome. I say, hey, I'm going to have Travis bring you the car. Travis comes back the next day, loads the car up, brings it down to Junior. Junior takes some pictures of the steering rack. The steering rack's all in there crooked, a bunch of issues, cuts everything out, redoes the steering rack. I can't speak highly enough of the customer service, the quality of work, and just the ease of dealing with Junior over at Business Performance. It is an absolute blessing. It's an absolute joy working with him. I'm very thankful to have him working on these cars and be willing to work on these cars. This was not on the schedule for him. He stayed late and worked on this, you know, so he's got his regular, 8 to 5 or 8 to 6 schedule that he works on. So if your car's there, he's still working on it. He stayed late after hours and got this knocked out to have it back for me here. That right there is, you don't find that often. You don't see it anymore. Us here at Ellis Nasty, we'll work sun up to sundown to get it done, because we know we're going racing, we're going to put in the time. This grind, this hustle is what make or breaks you right here. For Junior to go and do that, get the steering rack knocked out, it steers absolutely amazing. He fixed the transmission. He put the transmission back in. He went above and beyond to get the drivetrain and the steering and brown sugar correct. When he took it out, he called me, he said, hey man, I'm glad you brought this to me, because this is unsafe. The steering and the brakes, that's your life. You don't mess around with that stuff. It's not right. If you kept running it like that, especially you run on the street, you know, you go to panic brake, you have to steer for something, you're going to die. I mean, you're going to get into a wreck. So I just kind of wanted to make this video, talk to you guys about what we have going on, and to let you guys know that, hey, if I give you a recommendation for a shop, I'm never just, no one pays me to talk to you guys about a certain product or anything like that. If I'm talking to you about business performance because I think it's the best, that's because of my experience there. And I will say this, Junior treats me just like he treats the guy next door, just like he treats the guy down the road, just like he treats you if you were to go in there. So he does absolutely amazing work. You know, we went up to him the other day with the Pro Mod. We need to have some stuff plasma cut. He went out there, took 30 minutes out of his time, which, I mean, dude, when you're running a business and running a shop, that's a lot of time, and got us what we needed so we can make a race. That right there speaks volumes. That shows his character, and his whole team is the same way. So I just wanted to give a big thank you, a big shout out to Junior over at Business Performance and all the crew there. They work on all my cars. They've worked on, this will be like 5 or 6 of our cars over there, and we have other work lined up for them. Wes's car is about to get over there to get some stuff done. So it's rare you see the quality, the effort, the heart, the passion, the pride put into a product nowadays, but Junior's got it. Nothing's leaving his shop not right, and it's awesome to see. So we got brown sugar back. I'm going out of town for a couple days. I was going to try to bring this, but I've had some things come up where I can't bring it. So it's just going to sit here and hang out a little bit. And then we're going to get back. We're going to start driving it around. I got a new brake master cylinder for it. You got the steering rack. Look at that. All the joints are on there correctly. There was 2 additional joints on there in some crazy angles, and he's got it right. So I am just very, very thankful that it could be done and done right. I think that's awesome. So without Junior, brown sugar wouldn't be happening as quick and as fast as it would be. And also, when we were working on it the other day, he came all the way here and helped us work on the rear end. The brackets in the rear were on wrong. We got that stuff fixed, did some welding on there. He worked on Hank a little bit. He is an absolute awesome team player. So brown sugar is going to be making a comeback. When you guys saw it at the track, that wasn't an accurate representation of what we could do here. That was just kind of, we were going with what was in there, and a lot of stuff had to be fixed and changed. So far on that thing, since I got it, we have rewired it. We have started to replumb it. We have fixed the rear end. We have fixed the wheel spacing. We have fixed the rear shocks. We have now fixed the transmission, fixed the steering rack, and fixed the brakes. This thing's going to be like a whole new 80's ship box. We're going to have the nicest 80's ship box around. And it's going to fly. That's just how it was. It's going to fly. So I'm excited about it. I can't wait to have it back. I hope you guys are excited to see some brown sugar videos. I would say Tuesday of next week, we'll be rocking the brown sugar videos heavy, and we'll be out there running around and having some fun with it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I know what you guys are saying. The shop is a little empty here, but it's for good reason. Getting stuff knocked out. Thank you guys for watching. Comment, like, subscribe. We'll see you guys in tomorrow's upload.